Okay. So why did you choose this profession?
I've always loved working out, and I didn't want to be a sport coach, so I thought this would be the best way to go. I don't really like personal training, so because that was one of the first things I thought. I didn't make good enough grades to get into PT school, so that was another reason. And this is my way of being able to stay around sports, not just one particular sport, but multiple sports.
Okay. How long have you been working in this field?
Since 2011, so this is my 5th year now.
As someone looking to go into this profession, what advice would you give me?
Meet as many people in this profession as possible and pick their brain about why they chose the field and more about the field, because everybody's got a different story and everybody has a different perspective about it. Everybody's got different reasons why they like it and why they don't like it.
Okay. What is your favorite part of this profession?
I like working with college kids because they're a little bit more susceptible to listening to not just weight room advice because they want to get good at their sport, but at the same time they're a little bit more receptive to life lessons because they're away from home for the first time in their lives, so they get to really decide how they want to be for the rest of their life. Whether in high school you don't really understand. There's not as much maturity there, so they don't really understand completely some important stuff that we'll go over, like in college. Like once you get to be about a senior, I feel like that's when it really clicks. Like, why did he push me so hard? Why did he always talk about this? Stuff like that. So we're always hoping that about in 10 years, if it takes that long, it just clicks, and they're like, oh, that's why Coach Stout said that so much.
Okay. What are the chances of like moving up in this field from, like, I guess to be like a head guy at a school? Like,
chances, hard, just because this field's so saturated with strength coaches who want to all have the same goal. You meet 100,000 strength coaches, 99,000 want to do the same exact thing. They want to be a head strength coach at a big school, or a head strength coach at a mid-major school or a small school. But there's always going to be thousands of people who want that job. So that's probably like the hardest part about this. And the job security isn't very good. So it's give or take. I think, like, I don't know if there's a statistic on it, but like the lifespan of a head strength coach at a school, if he has to deal with football, usually isn't longer than 3 to 4 years unless they have successful seasons.
okay. What kind of hours do you work?
It really depends on what season it is. During in-season for sports, you're looking at 12 to 14. During off-season, probably anywhere from 12 to 16. Really depends on the day and what all you do, what the schedule's like, depending on who shares a weight room, what weight room you use, what sports you have, what season it is, and stuff like that.
So how often do you travel? I'm assuming that's going to be about the same for what season it is. And
it depends what season it is, what sports you work with. I traveled with soccer this past fall. I traveled with football as well. So if there was a Tuesday, since the Sun Belt football, we played 2 midweek games. If there was a Tuesday or a Thursday game with football, I was able to travel with the soccer team on the weekend. And so I got to travel with soccer to every away game except one, and I traveled to every football game. So it really depends on the season. I'm a little bit more fall-oriented because I'm soccer and football mostly. So every Saturday or every weekend I was gone if there was an away game.
Okay. Well, that's all the questions I have. Could I just get your name and like your position?
My name's Cody Stout. I'm an assistant strength coach.
All right.